Okay.
Oh, another 2 nests. What the heck, girls?
Athena.
I think that's really the last addition I wanted to do to my bike.
Time to see how they look. There we go.
Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by?
Good morning. Excuse me. I literally just woke up, changed the baby, grabbed the groceries. So I literally haven't even brushed my hair yet this morning. So I look a little crazy. But I had groceries ordered or delivered extra early this morning because I wanted to make pulled pork sandwiches for dinner. And that really is best when you start it right away in the morning and it has all day to cook. So that is what we are doing this morning. Obviously I have to put the rest of the groceries away, but then I'm gonna throw this in my slow cooker because it is good when it's smoked, but I feel like it's easy to mess up pulled pork on the smoker, and then it gets like dry or has dry parts. And I have never messed it up in the slow cooker. So I would rather put it in the slow cooker, let it get nice and juicy and moist. And if I want that smoke on it, put it on at the end of the cooking, but start it out in the house, in the slow cooker. Okay, I don't normally buy this. However, Bjorn asked for it because he really wants to make pancakes. I could teach him how to make it by scratch, but there's some mornings where if he's gonna wake up and make breakfast for everyone, then he knows how to do this. I'm all about the independence. All right, so I'm gonna start with the base of this recipe. So work our way up when it comes to our crock pot. And I'm going to slice an onion. This doesn't have to be super precise. I'm just going to slice it into thin rings, most likely. But this will break down a lot in the slow cooker. So I'm not worried about making sure it's all evenly, perfectly sliced together. So in half, and then just some slices. And then, so a lot of people use chicken stock, or they'll use like Dr. Pepper or Coke or something. I'm going in with a beer. Now I always have people to tell me that, oh, but I don't like beer, blah, blah, blah. Here's my thing. Do you drink straight, let's say soy sauce or olive oil or stuff like that? I'm not a huge fan of beer either, but beer and meat just works for some reason. So I use that. It makes the biggest difference. Great flavor. It's going to make it super tender and absolutely delicious. Now for the star of the show, we have our bone-in rust pork butt. Like I said, it's early. This will be running by 8 a.m. and probably won't even eat dinner till 6. So this will have all day to marinate in this stuff. The longer it goes, the better. Like some people say like 8 hours. I feel like 10 hours is a must with something like this. I use mustard. This is just a binder. Oh. There we go. that on there, rub it all around. This will help all your seasonings stick. And for seasoning, I'm using this Lone Star brisket seasoning, but you can use what you prefer. All right, now I'm gonna try and keep one hand clean so I can season all sides. Pat it in, don't rub it in. This goes on top of everything. And then last is we're gonna use about a cup of your favorite barbecue sauce. Our favorite is a Sweet Baby Ray's. If you don't like Sweet Baby Ray's, use whatever you want. However, as a house that uses almost everything store brand, I mean almost never go name brand, this is something that I always buy name brand because I feel like it makes a difference. Most things I don't, but this one I do. All right, I probably used more than a cup there, but it looks good. Bring this over. Now we're just going to put the cover on. Do not open this cover till you are ready to like shred and serve. You open it maybe 30 minutes before dinner to shred it and add more barbecue sauce if you want. But otherwise, do not touch the cover. Often people are like, I don't know what I did wrong. My meat's still tough, blah, 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 blah. In a slow cooker, it is so important not to open the cover. If you open the cover, add 30 minutes to your cook time because that's pretty much what you've lost by releasing all that heat and steam that was in here. So just put it on low, leave it alone. 30 minutes before you want to eat, you can open it up and shred it, but otherwise, don't touch it. I'll show you that later tonight.
Go inside, you go inside. Have the Aper cordless robotic pool cleaner, the X Pro Max, the Scuba X Pro Max. This thing does everything. The pool skimming, the floor, the walls. It has the most suction out of all pool vacuums. It's insane. Instruction booklet. So it comes with a base station, it looks like, for recharging or recharging the dock. A hook to get it out of the pool. And the big boy itself. This thing has 9 motors in it. And a massive battery. Look at this monster. The big boy. And fancy looking. Yeah.
Aper is absolutely amazing, not only for sponsoring today's video, but also with us trying to add more smart living to the exterior of our house. This product is top notch. Their Scuba S1 Pro Max not only has 40 sensors, so it's going to map out your pool and figure out the fastest, most efficient way to clean it, but also comes with 9 motors, which is giving you the best suction there is to keep your pool absolutely pristine. We love our pool. The kids absolutely love our pool. But I will say, when we first moved down here to Florida, we were a little intimidated by the whole concept of either spending hours every single week cleaning our pool or spending thousands of dollars to hire a pool company. The warranty on this is also amazing. We were actually just at my parents' house the other day, and my dad was talking about a pool vacuum he had that he has now replaced 3 times because the motor has died and just was not strong enough to keep up with the slope of his pool. The Aper comes with a 36-month warranty on motors and the battery. And I love how easy it is to clean. The basket pops right out, making it super easy to get out all the debris. You can see there's dog hair and sand and everything in this basket. So honestly, if you're like us and you love your pool but want to have that vacation pool ready all the time, this is a no-brainer. I will have the Aper Scuba S1 Pro Max linked in my description box below with, of course, a special discount just for you. And like always, thank you, Aper, for sponsoring this video.
All right, so today it's kind of a on-off drizzling, cloudy day. I'm gonna try to figure out why my truck squeals when I turn the heat and AC on. 3 possibilities according to Google. Could be the AC compressor, like the clutch. Could be the belt. There's 2 belts on this truck. There's one there that runs the AC and the heater, and then there's one that runs everything else. Or it could be the actual fan, the blower. So what I did is I went in here, down up in here, that's the fan, the blower, so I unplugged it. So I'm gonna try to either eliminate that as a potential problem or narrow it down as a problem. So if the fan's off, it should, we'll see if it makes the noise or not. If it doesn't make the noise, then I know it's the fan. And if the noise still happens, then I know it's the belt or the AC clutch. Okay, truck on. So obviously the fan ain't blowing because it's not hooked up. So far no noise. Put it to heat. Can hear like the nothing there. Okay, so far nothing, which could mean that it is just the fan. Okay, so I'm gonna plug that fan back in and see if it makes the noise. So on the passenger side here, just plug that in. Let's see if it does it. Let's see. I don't know, ain't doing it. Wondering if it's the truck being warmed up it's not doing it or what. Hard to say. More troubleshooting needed. We're at it again, trying to troubleshoot this squeal noise. Truck's been sitting, it's all completely cooled off. I did disconnect the blower fan already, so let's see if we can make this thing squeal. Squealing, and that's with the blower fan disconnected. All right, so there we go. Blower fan not the problem. So now we can narrow it down to either being that belt or the compressor clutch. So now I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on the compressor clutch and see what I can do to test for that. Otherwise, I mean, I could just replace this belt, which might be a pain in the butt, and then that would eliminate that aspect. But at least we eliminated one. Now we're down to 2. So making progress on this this squealing noise. So basically what happens is, this is the AC compressor right here. And here's the pulley for it. When it's not turned on, it's fine, but when it engages, you can see this front part starts spinning. And then that's when you can see that it stops, like it's like slow to engage. So it's like, the reason why it's squealing is it's squealing against the belt. So my guess at this point is this is the problem. It's the AC pulley, or the clutch is not fully engaging loosely enough, and that's why when it first turns on, it makes that noise. So that sucks, because if it was just, I like I said, I doubt it's the belt, because it's only when you engage that clutch. Now, I'm not saying the belt definitely isn't 100% the problem, but the belt looks like it's in good shape. Because, I mean, if you look, there's the belt, right? It doesn't look like there's any cracks or anything in it. So I don't think it's the belt. I think it is the AC clutch at this point, which that sucks, because trying to get at that is going to be a pain in the booty. But that is my diagnosis after doing some troubleshooting, that clutch needs to be replaced.
Alright, so just saw something on TikTok that we're going to try with Athena, because she wants to walk so badly, and I'm wondering if this will actually work for her. You're supposed to take 2 toys, stand them up, give them the toys. There's one. Here. Oh, you gotta hold on to both of them, otherwise it doesn't work. Here. Are you getting sleepy? No, not ready to walk? Okay. Maybe if you're not looking at me and trying to grab me. Here. You want this one? You want this one?
Oh, what?
Got it? No. No. Not yet?
This time, I get it. Not me. I was gonna say I don't need it, but
Here. Mama. Ah. What? Okay. Not yet. Just walk around furniture still. Alright, so I'm making the buns for the pulled pork sandwiches tonight. And I'm gonna quickly put those together. It's about noon, so they're gonna have plenty of time. Starting with 2 cups of warm water. Nice thing is my dishwasher is running, so my water comes out warm instantly because it's already over here. I'm going to do half a cup of sugar. Go. And then this is also making a double batch, by the way. You can split this in half to make less, but 4.5 teaspoons of yeast, or 2 packets, depending on if you're making a single or a double batch. A single batch will make you about 8 buns. I'm gonna make double just because it's always nice to have extra, just in case. And I am just gonna give this a quick little mix and then set it aside for like 10 minutes, just so the yeast can bloom. I'm just gonna let that sit now, and then I'll come back and add the rest of our ingredients. I've been decluttering today, which you'll see on my channel. But those cabinets over there, a lot of it is, this cabinet right here is like memorabilia, photos and stuff. And then a lot of that stuff was Bobby's. So I've been working on the rest of the decluttering, and Bobby's going through that stuff. Just basically things that we don't want to move to the new house. And then Athena is helping by making a bigger mess. Athena! Oh, practicing her standing. Athena. Here's what the yeast looks like after a couple minutes. Nice and foamy. So we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. I'm gonna do 2 room temperature eggs, which most of my eggs are room temperature. I did put some eggs in the fridge recently because we had so many. I know they will last longer in the fridge than on the counter. So I did do that, but I still have fresh eggs on my counter, so I'm just grabbing those for this recipe. Add that to our yeast mixture. Then we're gonna do 2/3 cup oil. Normally I would do olive oil, but I don't have olive oil right now. It's coming later today, but I don't have time to wait for it. So we're just gonna use regular vegetable oil and put that in here. Oh yeah, baby girl? All right, put that in there. Yeah. And then 2 teaspoons of salt. I also want to know how so many moms can get on here and like make recipes when it's completely quiet in their house, because like that's not real life for us. If I want a recipe to be quiet, I usually do a voiceover. Because as you can see, Bjorn's making a grilled cheese. Freya is playing with Athena. Bobby is decluttering that cabinet. I have the dishwasher going like this. This is just real life here. There's always stuff going around. Oh, and it is 12:15, and my preteen is finally leaving his bedroom. Oh. Good morning, baby. All right, and then we're gonna do 6 cups of flour. Obviously, this is easier in our KitchenAid. I just didn't feel like dragging out the KitchenAid to do it, so I'm just gonna mix and knead it by hand. I'm gonna start with just my wooden spatula to get it started, and then I'll go in and knead it by hand. I just knead it in the bowl. You can mix it out onto the counter, but I find that this works just fine. And then I'm not dirtying my counter. Yep. Babies and puppies, very similar. They put things in their mouth that they're not supposed to. Like cords and shoes.
Are you making spaghetti?
Pulled pork sandwiches. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil to the bowl. So I'm just gonna put it on my hand, lift up and then put that in there. Give it a little bit of a flip, just to help prevent any sticking.
All right, well, I wanted to ride my motorcycle yesterday, and I haven't ridden it in a long time. Between all my back and knee issues and everything like that, mainly when I had the pinched nerve and everything like that, my core was not feeling like it could support the bike properly, so I didn't ride it at all. Yesterday I wanted to ride it, but I wanted to also detail it. It's already dirty, but I went and I did all the chrome, wiped everything, polished, all that. But then I also finally installed my mechanical cruise control that I got for Christmas, which is right here. And basically, it's super simple how it works. Like, this is the cramp buster. This is what I had before for like cruising around. But basically, you're revving, accelerating, blah, 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 and you're like, okay, I want to just stay at this speed. You engage that, and boom, it holds it. And then when you don't want cruise control on, you undo it. So, yeah, it's a very simple device. I haven't used it yet, like actually riding, so I'm not 100% on how well it's gonna work, but that should be all right. I mean, this bike is super basic. It's fuel injected. It's got ABS, but beyond that, there's not really a whole lot to it. I mean, it does have a USB plug, so I can wirelessly charge my phone that I installed. But other than that, there's not a lot to it. So I wanted to get this for like longer rides, so then I could give, my hand a rest, especially if you're just cruising. It's like, whatever. But yeah, that's my latest addition to the bike. And like I said, that was a Christmas present. And now I finally installed it. So I'm gonna see if I can take the bike out. Yesterday it was a little rainy looking. I might be able to take it out today. It looks like there's just a couple of little clouds over there, but I should be able to ride it today. It's my doctor's appointment. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. Because there's a slow part of the drive where you're just like, oh, this is boring. I'll just put cruise control on and stay at this speed, But yeah, that's the latest update on the Indian Scout Icon. I think that's really the last addition I wanted to do to my bike. So I already have the backrest. And I mean, there might be like little like cosmetic things, but actually like functionality, that was pretty much the last thing. So yeah, there you go. That's the update on the bike.
It's been about an hour and the dough has definitely doubled in size. So I'm gonna start piecing it together. Look it. Put some parchment paper down on my trays. Flour my surface just so that the dough doesn't stick too much as I'm piecing it out into 16 buns. Perfect. And I'm going to cut it in half. Stick this half to the side for a second. Just trying to make a ball. That way I can partial this out. There we go. And then I just want to create the bun, so I'm just going to shape it in my hand, create some tension at the top, and then just do a couple cup folds in my hand, and then put it on the paper, and I like to press them down so that they're a little bit flatter. Alright, time to see how they look. There we go. now I have the oven preheated to 425. Now I'm just going to egg wash the top of these. Oven's preheated. I'm cooking these one at a time because I want them to cook evenly, but it's only gonna take 8 minutes. So put this one in for 8 minutes, take it out, and then put the other one in for 8 minutes and take it out. All right, obviously this has nothing to do with me being tempted by fresh, warm bread. I just feel like you guys have to see how they look now that they're cooked. Got that beautiful inside. Obviously, oh, there we go. Obviously, it is good to let them fully cool, but there is something about that fresh, just out of the oven, hot roll that makes a big difference. So, we're just gonna eat them just like this. So good. Freya, you want a piece?
Yeah, my first peanut on my phone here.
So good. So fluffy. So just, if you make homemade buns, other than on like days where I'm just feeling lazy or didn't think about it in time to make fresh is so much better than store-bought. I told Bobby, once we have land and I have like storage, like more kitchen storage, I really want to get a grain mill because I'd like to mill our own flour and everything just because of the nutrition. And I've heard the flavor's so much better and everything. But you can't go wrong. Obviously, burgers, pulled pork like we're doing, but even just some butter and eating like this, you could easily just make these like a little bit smaller in a 9x13 and make it rolls for dinner. And it's completely good. Actually, you probably just throw this in a bread pan and make white bread for sandwiches, and it'd be good and delicious also because that's that nice spongy bread.
I want one.
You want one?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's also hot.
Yeah, it's a little warm. It's delicious. Should we see if your brothers want one?
I just want the time you're not eat too.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the smaller ones that won't make as good of sandwiches. That way they can have some too.
So here's what the backyard looks like. Yes, they redug their holes even after we filled them. There was 2 eggs in that one earlier.
Yeah, but you keep taking them.
Well, look at these girls, eh? Oh, another 2 nests. What the heck, girls?
What? You put nice things in our yard? What do you expect?
And then you're taking it and throwing it in there? Messy. And here's the path. So we raise up all this so then they can't get underneath it. Goes all the way back to the gardens. So that's nice. And it just goes a little bit out this way. So that'll work. That'll work. But yeah, definitely added a bit to the backyard. But these ducks, they just want to eat everything. Look at this. They just pulled this one right out of the dang ground. Your ducks are crazy.
Crazy like a fox. Yeah.
Destroyers. Guess that's why you're mini raptors. Yeah. And we got Mama Duck in there. She's sitting on 5 eggs. For one of the mamas. Hi, baby. Got 5 eggs under you?
Yep, I'm cooking them.
Daddy Duck talking away. Oh, wait. That might be Mom and sister. This might be Princess Duck.
That's the
I don't
rumor.
know. Hard to tell. There's our teenager. Big boy. Yeah. Backyard's looking good. Minus where the ducks have already, like, shit everywhere. We gotta clean that, like, daily. Unfortunately, but yeah, that's what happens when you got the ducks. They make messes. But oh well. They're fun to watch.
You want to try some? Is that good? Yeah? Should we put you in your chair? You can make anything messy, even bread. Yummy. It's so good. All right, let's go in your chair. You're just spending the day with me in the kitchen because there's just things I've been wanting to make. I saw this on another creator's page the other day. She made it for the 4th of July, and it looked so delicious. I don't know if you guys are into tomato sandwiches in the summer. I love tomato sandwiches. Just a really delicious ripe tomato, some mayonnaise, and I personally like it on the cheap white bread. Like, just give me some cheap white bread, spongy. It's the best thing. Well, she made a tomato sandwich dip. And I'm like, oh. And she served it with a couple different things, but what really caught my eye is she did those Ritz butter crackers. I'm like, that looks absolutely divine. And I need to make that. So I bought the stuff to make it. And I'm making this for an afternoon meal for all of us because, yeah, it just looked too good not to. I'm not sure how much I'm going to make because I feel like this is probably a recipe that's better fresh. So we'll see. But there is a lot of us, and if we all like it, it'll all get eaten. So we'll see. Oh, that did not want to come out. There we go. So I'm just trying to chop these tomatoes into like sizable that they'll fit nicely on a Ritz cracker when you take it. And then she did some of the soft whipped cream cheese, which I did get, but I'm changing it slightly. I got the garlic and herb because I just feel like for this recipe, having that garlic and herb cream cheese is going to be amazing. And then of course some mayo, and we'll salt and pepper it to taste. I don't have measurements here because she didn't have measurements, but tomato sandwich. Like it's very simple. I feel like flavor it and do with it as you please and to your preferences. She did drain these tomatoes, which I don't know if I'm gonna worry about. I don't think it's a big deal. These aren't like super juicy. I think if they were tomatoes that were like really, really juicy, I would feel differently. But these aren't. They're fairly dry, so we're just going to leave them as is for now. But I have been slowly going through the house decluttering today and yesterday. So yesterday I worked in our bedroom. I did not get nearly as much done as I wanted to yesterday, but Athena was like super clingy yesterday when she was awake, and it was making it difficult to get anything done. I think she's growing right now again, like going through a growth spurt, because when she's awake, she's super clingy and just like pouty, but she's also taking more naps than usual. Like normally 2 naps a day is all she needs. Yesterday, I think she took 4, which is always interesting because I'm like, all right, she obviously is tired and wants to go down, but at the same time, I don't want this to mess up bedtime. So she did sleep well last night. It didn't mess her up too much. Also, if you guys want updates on the house, unfortunately, we don't really have any updates. We've had 2 open houses now. And the feedback from everyone that's come through our house has been the house is beautiful, and then for whatever reason it doesn't fit what they're looking for, or we just haven't heard back from them yet. But I also keep telling myself it is not back in when we sold our last house. Like, the market is very different now from last time. Our house has only been on the market not even 2 weeks yet. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. So it's not like it's been on the market for that long. But I feel like we're more anxious because that house that we're interested in, we do love it so much that it just has us a little bit more on edge, like, oh, we want it. So this is not whipped. This was supposed to be whipped. Oh. Now I'm a little afraid that it won't blend in as well. Hold on. Okay. We're gonna do this because I don't want to just squash all of those. So I'm doing half of a, how big is this? 7.5 ounce container. So half of this. And I just licked that off my finger. That is so good. That is going to be delicious in this. Some mayo. I'm gonna try and do like equal parts because I feel like that's what it should be. Or I'm just gonna use what's left in this container because there's not much left. All right, and then I'm gonna try and mix these two together because I think the mayo should then blend with the cream cheese so that the cream cheese isn't so chunky. I don't know how much seasoning I'm gonna need to add other than this cream cheese because there's a lot of flavor in it. And if you know anything about tomato sandwiches, like, you don't want to overdo it. The beauty of a tomato sandwich is in the tomato and the mayo and the simplicity of that. So I'm just gonna blend this as nicely as possible before putting it into the tomatoes. I do think I'm gonna salt the tomatoes real quick. There we go. Now mix this all together. Since I'm doing this as just like a little set out snack, I have vegetables from the other day when we went to my aunt and uncle's house. Some carrots, celery, some little snap peas, tomatoes. That way if it doesn't all get eaten, we have a thing I can put a cover on. And then for the dip, grab our crackers. Alright, so it's a tomato sandwich dip. Freya, you like tomatoes, so I think you're really gonna like this. Try it.
Got it. Kind of good. Oh my God, tastes good.
You gotta take like the whole thing in your mouth so it doesn't fall. Your brother in the middle of a round. Mmm. Oh, that's good. Good? You look afraid to try it. Think of it like BLT without the bacon and lettuce. Otherwise, it's similar.
Kind of good. I like the crackers too.
Yeah. Want more?
No.
No? Is Mama gonna end up eating the dip by myself? I think Daddy will like the dip.
Yeah, I tried to one tomato. I tried to get one tomato. I'm not going to get tomatoes.
I'll just put a little tomato on it. There you go. What do you think? Yay, nay? Middle. You'd eat it if it was served to you, but you're not going to ask me to make it? Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I like it when I want them made, because I think it'd be weird.
Mmm.
Alright.
Don't fall apart yet. Okay. Special meat gloves so I don't burn myself.
Good idea. Homemade buns.
Here's the test. You know it's tender when it comes out clean.
Right.
Oh yeah, this is hot even with my special gloves. I think that's the only bone in there. Oh, it's gonna make a mess.
Mm-hmm. Already have Murray.
Try to keep the juices from falling onto the ground.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh yeah. You could also use a fork to do this, but it's just easier by hand.
Yeah.
If you have the right gloves. Like I said, even with my meat gloves, this is really hot still.
Yeah, it's whatever, 100-something degrees.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's been in here since a little before 8 a.m. is when I put it in. I don't even remember what time it was.
Yeah.
After I shred this up, I'm just gonna put it back into the juices and probably add about another cup of barbecue sauce and just put it on warm till the rest of dinner's ready. Because now that this is shredded, I'll start the fries and stuff like that. Obviously the buns are done, so I'll just make the sides and then dinner will be ready. Oh, it's making a mess all over my counter.
Yep. Buns.
That should be good.
And you got this Freya. What are you eating?
Caca.
You eating what?
Caca.
Crackers? And some veggies? No.
Yeah.
Vegetables are gross. None for me. Go away.
Yeah, you were making a carrot cracker sandwich. How do you do that? Can you show me?
Huh? The one carrot and put it with sun. And my dad doesn't have sun.
Oh.
What's those cups?
Do you want any sauce on it?
No.
No.
What, 2 carrots?
It's 2
Yeah.
carrots,
Yeah.
2 crackers, carrot cracker sandwich.
Because I didn't know.
Don't you gotta eat what's in your mouth first?
Yeah.
Say hi, Daddy.
Ray, you're so silly.
Yeah, that carrot sandwich sounds
Wait for
gross.
something to drop.
Well, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.